Okay, there we go. Oh, I need my water too. Shit. All right, so I gotta put you here. There she is. Ah! No! What did I do? Good. God, for the small fingers that I have, sometimes I feel like I have fat fingers.
Working.
There we are. Yay! I kept because
Yay!
Instagram did this like really weird update this morning, and I had to uninstall everything and reinstall it again because nothing would play. So I thought, oh shit, it's the fucking update. But no, thank God. It
No,
wasn't the
no, it's
update.
because sorry, it's really dark in here, but the lighting is really weird in this room. It's just that if I don't use I might change the lighting. If I don't use the VPN, you can't use live. I think that's the problem Caroline has sometimes when she tries to do lives. Is that because you have to I don't know, because there's a firewall or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's a bit rubbish. But it's really dark in here, but I'm just trying. I've not done a live in yet, so I'm holding the phone, so just like bear with me.
No, totally cool.
Oh, anyway, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I'm a little tired.
I know. I know. You told me this morning. It was so cute hearing you this morning. I'm like, is that a morning voice or is that a cold?
That's a I've been talking too much over the past few days voice, and it's a morning voice because I talk so much, like more than normal when I'm here. I'm like talking,
Well,
talking, talking.
and it's totally understandable because they, just like, the Greeks and the Spanish and so many other cultures are just so talkative. I mean, fuck, we could talk your ear off. And
Yes,
East
and I
Coasters too.
I talk a lot here, so it's like a long day of talking. Though I love talking, and I love talking to patients. So yeah, it's kind of a long. It's been a long week so far, but that's okay. That's why I'm here. So
Yeah,
anyway,
and no, it's not a complaint at all. It's
no,
just what it is. Yeah,
yeah,
no, and I totally get that because I'm the same way. I'm very, very talkative. What is that? Who is that?
I don't know. Sorry,
That's
this
Clark
is
Gable.
is
Carrie
it?
Clark Gable?
I don't
I think
know.
it's Clark. Isn't
It
that the guy Rhett Butler? Isn't that from Rhett Butler from Gone with the Wind?
I don't know because this is the headboard of my bed.
That is so fucking cool. Seriously.
I know. I'm in this. Is it Clark Gable, Chris? I don't know. So I'm in a hotel called Studio. Well, I'll tell everyone. Studio One, and it's like these are apartments. They're like it's like a hotel apartment. And I was recommended this hotel by Caroline, obviously, and because it's close by her house,
Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
conveniently located. Yeah. So that's why I'm here. So that's why everything in this room is like themed like a movie, like movie themes, because it's called the studio, and I'm in Dubai Studio City, which I think is where all the film like production companies are. I don't really know. Sounds really swanky, but it's like a desert with a bunch of buildings. Um,
That is so cool. That's
yeah,
got to be Clark Gable. And now, of course, I have to look because
yeah,
I'm a nerd.
yeah. And if I look like I'm talking funny, and I've only noticed that now, it's because and don't try this at home, kids. It's fine. I did my own. I did some Botox. I had some leftover Botox, so I put it in my own depressor anguli oris, and I've not done it correctly. So I've only noticed it now that I like basically have an ace.
Oh yeah, you're talking a little over to one side. I
Yeah,
didn't notice until you said something. You shouldn't have said
yeah, and I
anything.
shouldn't do anything because I feel like I can't talk properly. I've never done this to a
Oh,
patient. I've only ever done it to myself. Yeah,
how?
this is
How
why you
painful
don't.
is that?
It's not painful. It's just I can see it when I'm talking into the. I should just not watch myself talking.
Well, no. Yeah, don't watch yourself talking. No, I mean, like, how painful is it to get lip injections? I've heard
It's
it's
not
like,
lip. It's not lip. It's Botox into the muscle down here. It's not. It's pretty painful to inject
oh,
yourself. To be fair. But yeah, so I've done that, and I thought it wasn't that noticeable, but apparently it must be because I am looking like a bit of a. Anyway, sorry. Do not do
so
that.
we'll all just talk like this. I'll just talk like this too.
And because I can feel it that this. So it's this has enough. This is not moving, and this muscle's overactive because I'm not overactive. It's just this is the side that what am I trying to say? I need to put more in here to then stop to relax it so it doesn't do that because now this muscle doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, don't try this
No,
at
I
home.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the
Get a
same thing with
professional.
like, yeah, yeah, definitely. It's the same thing with physical therapy. If
Yeah,
you
don't
only do
hurt
one
yourself.
side, the other side is hyperactive and you feel
Yeah,
it, it twitches and it gets like really angry. So yeah, no, I totally get that.
feels weird. Anyway,
So what did you
yes.
do it for? What was the purpose?
So you have a muscle here and here called your depressor anguli oris, and it gently pulls down on the corners of your mouth a little bit like that. And so if you inject that muscle, it with just a tiny smidge of Botox, it will stop you from being on a frown. So like I
Really?
can't frown.
That's funny.
So funny. Like I can't I can't do it. So this one's fine. This one I did well. It's just this one needs more, and like it looks a bit stupid. So and then also I also did a little smidge. This is just experimental Botox. Like I did a little smidge into my muscle here to stop me from having a cobblestone chin. So I can't really,
Wait, what's a cobblestone chin?
you know, when you go like this, you
Oh
get the
yeah.
little bumps.
Hmm.
Yeah,
This?
like that. So I can't do that. In the process of not doing that, I've kind of also screwed up my. Anyway,
Yeah.
it will
Yeah.
wear away because it was literally like one unit that, but I must have, I think I didn't put in the right place on this side. I did it right on this side. To do it to yourself is really hard. That's why you have to get someone else to kind of have a look at your face, know how it moves, because I've not done it to anyone else. But I'm seeing loads of people commenting, like Lucy said something about, yeah, guys, I have not created this problem in a patient before. So don't.
Yeah, no, no. And that I knew right away. I mean, come on, if you try to do your own shit, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
it was
common. Trying to cut my own hair.
yeah, don't do that either. Don't do that either. But I can really see it's really annoying. Anyway, and it's a little dark in here just because the lighting. They've done all this funky stuff with lighting in this hotel room, so it's a bit crazy. But yeah, anyway.
I
So if I
like
can't
it.
talk properly, well, whatever. Right. So what are we talking
Yeah,
about today?
today we are talking about skin cleansers. And I think that they deliberately left it broad because they want to know about face and body. So let me just say goodbye to Clark and go
What do you
back
think
to
Clark
those.
is then? Looking over me as I sleep. That's really weird, actually.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's weird. I mean, he is a handsome dude, and that cute little mustache just reminds me of do you ever watch Legion, the show?
This is weird. Oh, I'm such a juvenile. I'm sorry. No, I've never watched that show. Sorry.
Okay, well, Legion has a character named Farouk, which
Okay.
has a little mustache like that, and he ends up being. We think he's evil, but he ends up being good, and we're not sure. It's like it's really, really cool. It's really, really cool. It's sci-fi. I'm a geek. I'm a
Cool.
total
No, I don't.
fucking
Bye.
nerd. All right, so the questions are, if I can find them.
Oh, I've had a really long day. Sorry. So I'm acting a bit goofy.
Do not apologize for being goofy because when you finally meet me, you're going to see the 5 and 12-year-old that I can be.
Oh, when I get tired, I get a bit goofy and stupid. Sorry. Like doing this with.
No, that was awesome, dude. Stop. Seriously, my family and I, when we're tired, we get fucking stupid and we laugh about the dumbest shit to the point where we can no longer laugh. It's just, that's it. No
Okay.
laughing. That's,
Awesome.
yeah. So
That.
one person, Kalina Sanova, I hope I got
Yeah.
that right. Are there any ingredients that we should look out for? I know fewer is best, but any tips?
For cleanser. Are we talking about cleansers today?
Yeah.
We're talking
Yes.
about
Yes.
not, I mean, like I'm not a formulation scientist, but there's nothing that springs to my mind. Like in a lot of cleansers, you'll see sodium lauryl sulfate, which always freaks people out. But when it's in a cleanser, it's not a huge issue. It's SLS scares people because it's a known contact allergen, but not everyone is sensitive to SLS. So it's not as big of a deal as everyone thinks it is. So it is. I think it works as a surfactant in a lot of cleansers, so it's no big deal. But there's nothing I specifically. I guess let me think. Is there anything that I avoid? I don't like for everyone to use. I don't want everyone to use an acid in their cleanser because I think that sometimes that's kind of a waste of time. But also, if it's a little bit irritating, it might not be great for a lot of people. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of. I don't really look for anything in particular. I mean, is there something that other people were worried about in their cleansers in terms of ingredients? Because there's nothing I can think of specifically.
Well, while
Sorry.
people are typing that, um, what about like, because of course this is happening a lot in cleansers, those physical, the beads and any kind of like
Oh
physical
yeah.
exfoliant. Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, of course. You're gonna have to prompt me with this because I'm like my brain's a little bit fried.
No, no,
Yeah,
no. I just thought of it now because I'm like,
yeah.
oh
No,
yeah, they've got those stupid. Yeah.
you're totally right. So I don't like exfoliating cleansers like with beads and like grains in them, just because treat your skin like a baby's skin. You wouldn't do that to a baby's skin, so don't do it to your own face. That's kind of what I would say. Yeah, I'm not a fan, but a lot of patients love using, or a lot of people more like love using kind of grainy cleansers. And I never really understood that. I guess it makes you feel like you're cleaning your,
Exfoliating.
but if you use a retinoid, you exfoliate just fine. So
Yeah, and it's funny because I know that before I was using Tret, I did try, because it was gifted to me from one of the boxes, I did try one with beads, which was really harsh. And then I tried one by Kate Somerville, and that one did surprise me because it was so incredibly fine. But even so, when I was done, my face felt slightly stingy. And that's when I said to myself, that's not good. My face shouldn't
yeah.
be feeling stingy. When even I did it really lightly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Some people really. I just if it makes your skin feel stingy,
Stingy,
then
stingy.
then I can't even talk anymore. Stingy, then it's probably not so great. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of those. I don't mind a washcloth to remove cleanser though. But then I guess that's
Yeah.
not hugely different. I don't know how different that is from a grainy cleanser. So
It's
yeah,
definitely different. It's
it's just
definitely different. And even going from, because I was always diehard washcloth, I
yeah.
mean, that's all I ever did until one of the makeup artists said to me, no, 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 try muslin cloth. And so it is still slightly textured, but nothing like my face cloths. And I'm noticing that my face doesn't feel like I'm taking off that whatever, what I forget the layer that you call it, where it feels moisturized. It's not removing that.
The
Thank God.
Startinium. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, cool. No, that's definitely so. No, I would. There's nothing in particular. Because also the thing is, you also wash off the cleanser, so it's on your face for all of like, 3 seconds, and then you wash it off, it's gone, and then you move on. So I don't think that it has a real residual kind of long-standing like effect on skin. Gosh, I'm really waffling today.
No, you're totally fine. You're
Okay,
totally fine.
fine.
Yeah, no. So like what about, because I know that I've seen people post this in a lot of your like not in a lot, but in the posts that you make regarding cleansers and oil, olive oil specifically, I
Mhm.
saw people asking, well, what about olive oil cleansers?
Yeah, so this is interesting because I used the DHC cleanser and I quite like that one. And it's an olive oil cleanser. That's I would imagine that sorry, it's olive oil when it sits on your skin. It's used in the lab to grow malassezia in the lab, so to grow yeast in the lab. And you naturally have yeast on your skin. So if you use an olive oil based emollient or moisturizer or like an actual olive oil, then I guess you're like a petri dish for yeast growth. While with a cleanser, I don't think it's quite the same because you just wash it off again. I've not ever had that problem, and like it's because malassezia can cause seborrheic dermatitis and like dandruff of the scalp. So because a lot of parents put olive oil on their baby's scalp when they have cradle cap. So
Ew.
yeah, I mean that's the thing. So we've in dermatology school, like when I was a registrar at residence, it was always like never let the parents use olive oil on the cradle cap head, like because it grows malassezia.
Because it
Don't
breathes. Oh yeah, it
breathe
definitely
the yeast,
does. Okay.
don't do that. So we always have to tell the parents, no, 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 no olive oil. So the same thing kind of trickles into like face creams and things like that. But then again, of course, the oil cleanser that I like to use has olive oil in it. Um, yeah, so I'm not really sure. I don't know how active the olive oilness has to be. Like, do you know what I mean? Like pure virgin olive oil is different than the olive oil in an oil cleanser. At least I think it is. So it's not gonna be like extra virgin, from Italy poured on your
Yeah.
pasta olive oil. And
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna be different in fatty acid composition than the olive oil that's in something else. So there's so much variability within olive oil. At least I'm not a chef or whatever, but I know there is, extra virgin versus like
Yeah.
the different kinds of fatty acids or whatever. Right.
Because I used to actually cleanse my face, believe it or not, before I got into the coconut oil. I cleansed my face with cooking extra virgin olive oil when I had to remove my
And it was fine
my
with it.
waterproof makeup. Huh?
Right. But it worked fine. It was fine, right?
It worked fine, but then I remember someone else saying, another derm saying, don't use olive oil because of whatever it does to your skin. And I went, oh, all right, well, then I'll just try coconut oil.
Yeah. So, Chris. Yes, your name is Chris. Doctor, have you tried the simple oil cleanser? So it was on offer, and Emma, I think you, or at least one of you guys told me it was on offer at Boots for like £3 a bottle. So I like a bargain. So I bought 4 bottles of it from online because I was like, oh yeah, this is a great deal. But I haven't received it because I left. I traveled, and so I think
Oh,
it's
right.
arrived, but I haven't tried it. So I will let you know what I think of it when I try it. But I now have 4 bottles. So if I don't like it, I will send them to someone else.
You'll do a giveaway.
Giveaway if I don't like it. But I'm sure I'll like it because I'm pretty non-discerning. I mean, I love them all. I use everything except the scented ones. Like I don't like the cleansing oil from Uriage for the face because it's too scented. It smells like too much. And then the vitamin C one, what's that one called? Oh my God, it's in my bathroom. The vitamin C, all of it smells like lime. It's just too much
Oh,
scent.
really?
Yeah, I love
See,
the scent, but not like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like, there's a cleanser that I love, but she deliberately made it smell like orange sickle. And that is like the scent that I absolutely hate.
But I do
And
love
so
an orangesicle.
I don't. My brothers loved them growing up and I hated it. And her moisturizer does the same thing. Thankfully, no, it's still there. And so I have a hard time wearing this because it just, but I love the way it feels.
Yeah, the superficial is correct. That's the one that I got the vitamin. It's like yellowy looking. So yeah, superficial. So I don't like the smell of it. I'm sure it's a fine cleanser. No, I haven't tried Caroline's lavender cleansing oil, but I do have to try it. So Caroline has this cleansing oil that smells like lavender. I don't know if I'm gonna like something that smells like lavender. I don't know.
I like lavender when it's scented correctly because there's some lavender scents that just make you want to hurl. But the
Really?
majority of them, oh, beautiful. Especially if it's just subtle enough, not so overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have one question that I'm going to wait until the end because I have to look into the email that I sent you on
Oh, sorry.
Instagram before we can answer. Yeah.
What
Um,
email?
Oh, okay. So actually, Vicky Smith 82, we already answered your question. Thoughts on exfoliating cleansers. So that's answered. And then, God, there's a lot of follows. Holy shit. Oh, wait, no. I'm gonna have to get my laptop, damn it. So the other one that I was gonna wait until the end for, where'd it go? Here it is. Is DHC cleanser a good one to use while on Dermatica? Now, DHC cleanser, I sent it to you,
That's the cleanser.
is,
I'm moving.
yeah, this is one that I was going to wait for, but I figure why not do it now while I grab my laptop. Where is it?
I'm gonna turn lights on. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, turn lights on. Where is it? What did I do with it? Oh, here, nope.
Do I not know? Ah!
And let there be light.
Let there be light. Do do do. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. So
Oh,
DH, that's the first oil cleanser I ever used a very very long time ago. So I do like that one. But I don't know why I particularly like that one more than any other ones. I just like that one. My dad uses this is so random. My dad uses the Laura Mercier oil cleanser, which is really expensive, which I like when I go home and I use his. I'm like, I love this, but I won't pay for it because it's too expensive. It's like $40 for a bottle.
oh God, no, why?
Yeah, I know. That's like the only one I like. I'm like, okay, Dad. So I think I bought it for him for Christmas. How random is that? Like, yeah. Anyway.
Oh, that is so funny.
He's like, I
That
love
is
this.
so funny.
Dad. Like, no, it's okay. I like this one. I'm like, okay, Dad.
Oh, that is funny.
I think
Yeah, I'm like you. I don't care how nice something feels. I'm not willing to spend a certain amount of money because then it's just stupid. Let me
yeah.
get the other questions, which for some reason I can't get them on this iPad. They're in my laptop. Let me just grab that really quick. So answer who if anybody's saying anything, and it'll just take me 2 seconds.
Emma, you need to tell Kat how to do that. What you're wanting. Emma, you listening? Yeah. So
How to do what?
you know how to block people?
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to do that?
Well, people are saying you should.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, maybe we can just politely tell him to stop.
Oh, my like. Oh, hey Kim. Hey Kim. Wait, can you hear me now? Have I blocked my mic? Can you hear me?
No, we can totally hear you. You're fine.
Oh, okay. God, what mic? Where is the mic on these phones? I'm on the phone.
Mine, what do you have?
I have an iPhone something.
Ooh, I think it might be on the bottom.
Okay, fine. I don't think I'm blocking enough. See, usually I have my little
Because
settings, and I don't have my
Wahid, it's really simple, dude. We're doing a live here. We're talking about stuff, and you just keep on. So just lighten up. Lighten up, dude.
So
We don't care if you're here. Just chill.
micellar water. Someone just asked me about that. Am I very quiet still, Emma? Oh, you can hear me now. Okay, fine. Thanks, Rosa. Sorry, I don't like. Like I said, God, I feel so out of my element without my stand and without my computer, and my face is all crooked.
Stop.
That's also a problem.
I'll tell you right now, we only notice it like very, very little. Very little. Very, very little. I'm not
Okay.
going to lie to you about that.
Does the Botox done in the forehead trigger the skin sagging or aging? That is a myth. That doesn't happen. It doesn't make your skin age or sag. So Botox in the forehead is not a problem. It will trigger afterwards in the long run. No, it does not cause. Botox does not increase your aging. Oh, thank you, Brittany Simmons. My face is not perfect today.
It's the phone.
It'll go back to the phone. Do you know how hard it is to talk all day when I know that this is happening and I keep feeling my mouth going to one side? Oh my God, it's crazy.
No,
Yeah,
you're fine. Just relax, and if you don't
relax.
think about it, it's not noticeable. When you think about it, then it's noticeable. I
Wait, do
can
you
tell
want to
when
see
you're
my
thinking about
view?
it.
When I'm thinking about it, oh, I know you're gonna see the view. Can you see the view? There's not much of a view. You can't see it right now. Usually it's the desert. Looks quite cool. Anyway, so yeah, it's really hot here. It's like
Oh,
45
that's what I
degrees.
was gonna say. How freaking hot is it?
Yeah, it's like 45 degrees. It's like stepping outside. It's like literally walking into a sauna. It's. I don't know. You guys who live here in the summer all year, like it's just so hot. You just don't go outside. Just don't go outside. Yeah, I've not ever been I've never been in a climate like this before. Like when I got off the plane, I was like, oh my God. So, yeah.
I want to, but I don't know how. How do I do this? Let me just see if I can.
But I'll keep talking. So,
Okay.
our water actually is fine. It's actually very good at
Oh,
removing.
there we go.
Oh, there you go. It's very good at removing makeup, micellar water, and I have no problems. I mean, I think it's fine. I'm very, like I said, non-discerning when it comes to cleansers. I just don't like foaming cleansers for people with drier skin. So that's my only issue.
You're right, because the few foaming cleansers I've tried have dried my skin even more. And it's always here. Oh my gosh, that makes sense.
Yes, so foaming cleansers are not our friends. So, because so many people ask me, "Oh, which cleanser do you recommend?" I'm like, "Oh God, I'm not brandist, so I'm not going to give you a name, but I will say, just don't get a foaming one. Just get anything else." So, here we get a Botox question: is Botox at 30 years too early? I don't have lines. Sorry, non-cleanser question. Yeah, don't worry, we're still talking about Botox anyway. No, Botox at 30 is not too early, but it does depend on you and your face. So, like if you have lines and you're 29 and they're there even when you're not moving your forehead, those are called static lines. And yes, you might not like those. And so it's fine to treat them with Botox, no problem. I don't like doing Botox in someone who has no lines because that's a bit weird. Moving on. So yes, there's no age. Cleanser for children. Like for cleansers for children, I don't think it matters. I don't know what the.
Well, I know most hospitals usually suggest like any kind of baby wash. So whatever brand you like, whether it's Honest Beauty, Johnson's, whatever, I would
But
stick with that.
baby wash isn't any different from like normal adult wash. Like it has the same ingredients in it. Like it's the same thing. So I
Really?
don't
I thought that the ones for adults were a little harsher. No?
know.
No?
I can look at the ingredients to do an exact comparison, but I don't think so. Best way to cleanse off
Okay.
SPF from children. It's, you know what, it's going to be the same, because you know that study I talked about last week or the week before about removing waterproof sunscreen and sunscreen, right? And how they did the study to look at foaming cleansers versus oil cleansers, and the oil cleansers were so much better at removing sunscreen, waterproof sunscreen. So I would say for your kids, if you're going to remove the waterproof sunscreen, I'm sure it's waterproof if it's your children, most likely, then yeah, so remove it with an oil-based cleanser, because that's going to be the best way to get it off. Though, yeah, so, and that is evidence-based right there. And then Rose is asking, how about salicylic acid cleanser for teenage skin? You know, I don't think it's harmful, unless your teenager is also using very drying things like Epiduo gel or Dappling, and then it might be too much to also use a salicylic acid cleanser. But I don't think there's a huge problem with it either.
Or when they're using things like apricot scrubs.
Yes. Then adding salicylic to that is probably a bit crazy.
Yeah.
What kind of
Somebody
facial wash
before
yeah, sorry.
asked somebody before asked, should I rinse off my cellar water?
Oh,
I
yes, I
think
think
that really depends, right?
you're not supposed to have to. You're not supposed to have to.
I have to.
Oh, if you do you feel like it's like a film on your skin?
No, it anytime, and I'm actually finding that I can't even use it around my eyes because anytime I go to remove my waterproof
I,
makeup,
yeah.
it burns the crap out of my eyes. It burns, burns, burns,
Oh,
burns, and it stays there burning.
yeah, I mean, I've never used micellar water myself, so I wouldn't be able to tell you from personal experience. There is a paper about this, and I know this sounds insane, but I'm not home right now to look at the paper. But I know there is a paper, and it was written by Dr. Drelos, Zoe Diane Drelos, who's one of my favorite dermatologists in the States. She wrote a paper and she analyzed all the different kinds of cleansers and for their evidence base, and she wrote about micellar water. And I know she said it was yes, we're talking about cleansers. And I know she was very positive about it as a way of removing makeup very effectively. But I don't remember her saying anything about having to rinse it off afterwards. I actually think she said you don't rinse it off afterwards. So, but
Yeah, and I think it just depends, like you're saying, if it's something like what I'm experiencing, then yeah. But if you're not experiencing what I'm experiencing, then don't.
yeah, and if
I
it
just
feels
happen
drying,
to
so Andrea is
experience.
saying it feels drying to me. If it feels drying to you, then it's not the way to go. I still will stand by my use the oil-based cleanser all the way, 100%, because I think it's not drying. It removes makeup well. It removes waterproof sunscreen. It'll make you, get everything off, and it's not going to be irritating. It's not going to be drying. So that's still the way I would go. And I think Rosa, someone asked me about acne. Someone just asked teenage prone acne skin was the best cleanser. Again, I know I'm sounding like it's the tretinoin thing. I say the same thing over and over again, but even with teenagers with acne, I still get them to use an oil-based cleanser because the acne treatments are drying, and part of the problem with acne is over cleansing and just removing everything and causing the epidermal barrier to be dysfunctional. So, and that is a problem with acne. And so I think we all cleanse too much.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because
Let's start. Yeah.
remembering,
Yeah.
huh?
Sorry. Yes. Go ahead.
No, no, I was just remembering like when I was a teenager and I had my acne issues and I used all that kind of shit and a toner and everything else, and my face was just so dry and tight that it was trying to over compensate for that and create more oil.
Yeah. I don't. And actually, I'm writing a thing about that because that's a very interesting idea. That idea that you dehydrate the skin, does your skin compensate with more oil? And it's a kind of complicated answer, but the answer is actually no. But it's a subjective feeling because I think you felt that way, but there is no like negative feedback loop between your skin hydration and your oil production, if you understand what I mean. So if you remove too much oil from between the cells of the stratum corneum, that doesn't trigger your sebaceous glands to produce more oil because the two things are separate. And also
Okay.
and this is why I haven't written this yet because it's quite a complicated idea. The hydration versus oil, and what happens when you remove some of the oils that are within the top of the skin versus removing the surface oil that you have from your oil glands, how they're different and how they affect each other. That's a really kind of interesting idea, like the
Okay.
difference.
I
But
definitely want
I'm
to read. yeah, I want to know what you write on that, because I noticed that when I stopped when I stopped doing the apricot cleanser, the acne cleanser, and then the toner afterwards, when I just stopped all that nonsense, the vicious cycle kind of stopped.
Yeah, and you're probably overdoing it a bit with the apricot, the toner, because toners also remove everything. So that's why, yeah, it's just it's so much like cleansing. So it's like, if you use an oil-based cleanser, then a foaming cleanser, then a scrub maybe, and then a toner, you're basically doing 4 steps of removing the same thing over and over again, and it's just like it's so unnecessary. Don't No one's skin really needs all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think tone it down, less is more. And with, yeah, Ellen Jane, less is more. And with the dehydration versus the oiliness, it's something that's so common in, especially in acne patients, because they use loads of product and they're like, yeah, but I'm still oily here. You can see the little oil beads on their noses, and then they have this like dryness here and here with a bit of roughness and scaling in here, and they're like, I don't understand a combination, help me. And I was like, well, yeah, it's all kind of intertwined. So then I'm like, ditch everything, use an oil-based cleanser, and then put on some good ointment at night, and by the morning it'll all be
Boom.
normal.
Yeah,
And they
surprisingly.
don't do that.
Yeah, no, they don't, because we're scared, and all the stuff that I'm telling you is what I did in my teenage years. And the reason why is because we've been scared into believing this is the devil for the face.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you're taught that it's going to make you break out. And everybody watching, I am on, I forget what week, but almost 2 weeks in, and this is the only area I have problems with, but I've just always had problems, and everything else is fine. So trust what Dr. Natalia is saying. And this isn't what you have to use, just any ointment.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what Rose is saying? I wish I knew this when I was a teenager. Yeah, me too, because I was the queen of like, I used everything. I was like all about the benzoyl peroxide, the salicylic acids, the salicylic acid mask, the clay. Because I had acne as a teenager, and all you want to do is get rid of it, and you'll just throw everything on your
Everything,
everything. So when I have,
including acid.
including acid, like everything, and I used to do facials and peels and all. My parents paid so much money for me to do all this crap when they should have just taken me to a dermatologist, be like, can you just give her something for her skin, and got me on the right thing. I mean, no, like, I'm sure my parents might be watching this, so actually no, they're not, because it's time difference is massive.
Oh,
But
yeah, yeah.
but that's what people do, and that's normal. So, and that's what, but I'm trying to get, I love it when parents bring in their teenage children when they're just getting acne, and I'm like, yes, let's fix this before you become crazy and like buy all of the drugstore, because
The
we,
clay masks, I mean, everything. The
yes.
Clearasil, yes.
Oh, Clearasil.
What's that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's that other stuff?
Clean and clear.
Something pads? Stridex
Yes.
pad.
Stridex pads.
Yes.
Do you still make those? No, they do not.
Yes, Luis got him because he had a pimple, and I'm like, dude, don't put that shit on your face. And of course, because it got rid of it in 3 days, he's like, no, see, it works.
But it would have gone away in 3 days anyway.
But
You know
he
what I mean?
won't listen to me
Thoughts go
because
away.
I'm
Yeah.
a woman.
People still People don't listen to me, and they come and they pay to listen to me, and then they still leave. And then they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna listen to her. I'm like, okay. So,
Sure, just keep coming and waste your money. I don't care.
I'm just like, give me like a week. Just please just try it. Just like, let's just like, just you've trusted everyone else for like a week. So trust me for a week, and we'll just see what happens. But yeah, no, it's kind of crazy. People are funny.
Oh,
But
yeah,
yeah,
they are.
when I get my patients on the right path, they're always like, oh my God. Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm listening, because I'm going, oh my God. My face for the first time is like not, I mean, it's tretinoin dry, of course, but it's not dry. And that's nice.
Yes, yeah, totally. Dettol on my, I used to use, Chris, I used to use Dettol on my face. I looked at like that melting man from RoboCop. Oh my God, yeah, I love that movie. But yeah, Dettol on your face, not so good. Polexmer polysorbent cleansers. I'm so sorry, I don't actually know what those are. Guys, I'm not a chemist, so like I only know like what is relevant to, what would affect like skin, which I know sounds kind of counterintuitive, but anyway, yeah. So, and like, can here we go. Can tretinoin be used for hormonal acne? Absolutely, because all of acne has the same underlying like physical problem with your pilosebaceous unit. What the hormone aspect of that is what's the underlying trigger for the dysfunction, if that makes sense. So all of acne is hormonal because it's all driven by an increased sensitivity of your sebaceous gland to androgens, and that's why you overproduce oil. So all of acne is hormonal, but some women get spikes in their acne or flare-ups around their periods, and then it's more hormonal, if you get me. Yeah, like around here, whatever. And why that happens, no one really knows. But yeah, so all of acne is hormonal. There is no difference in treatment, if you, really, but with women, we know we give women the pill and things like that. With men, obviously, that doesn't work very well because you can't give men hormones.
But why not?
But also, it's not the same level of hormonal problem. That's the problem. Oh my God, my mouth is moving
You're
funny.
fine. Stop it. Some of you posted questions that we didn't get. Can you repost those so that we can see them? Because trying to scroll fucks everything up. Sorry. And then while you guys are reposting, and do it slowly. Oh wait, is it normal for acne?
For acne. Oh God, what did that one just say?
Okay, so that one said, is it normal for acne to get worse after 8 weeks on Differin? Should I change to Epiduo, or is it more or less the same?
It's not the same. Epiduo is more powerful, if you will, because it has benzoyl peroxide in it. So Epiduo is more powerful. If you're getting flare-ups on Differin, it's not the Differin that's causing the flare-up. It's going to be something else. So yeah, switching to Epiduo is more powerful, so that might be more helpful. Huda is asking, is it normal for a whitehead to stay for 4 months? No. So I don't think it's a whitehead. So we may have to, you have to have someone look at that. Oh yeah, you can scroll. Yeah, so Marsha, when I scroll up for questions, then I can't get rid of it, and it's so annoying to see.
Yeah, it gets like clusterfucked. I mean, I
Yeah.
know that you can do it, but it's just like I get so afraid that I'm going to knock her off or I'm going to close the thing because that's happened.
I was using switch to Altran on my acne's worse. Yeah, so there's lots of reasons why that could be. Altrano, I don't even know if that's how you say it, but that is not available in the UK, by the way. But that cream, that's a lotion, and it's a different vehicle than your tretinoin probably previously, and so it might not be suitable for everyone. It might be the vehicle that's maybe, I don't know, not working for you. But also, if your acne is progressively getting worse and you're trying really hard to make it better, there might be something else going on. So yeah, sorry. Do we need to moisturize
Oh,
now? And it vaguely
well,
works.
I think the better question is, do you need to cleanse in the morning?
Yeah, so I mean, see this girl, she loves Altrano. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Do you use a cleanse in the morning? Only if you feel like, if you don't, you feel subjectively kind of gross, or kind of sticky. I don't think it's necessary, because all this stuff about, people say to me, oh yes, but you have to remove like the buildup of, I don't know, debris overnight or something. I don't know if that's entirely accurate. I don't cleanse in the morning unless I, like, I don't know, feel kind of dirty for some reason. But I also tend to, now that the gyms are open, I go to the gym in the morning, straight from bed. So I don't cleanse, because I don't do anything before I go to the gym. But gym, see, I can't talk. I have like a list. I don't know how I've been working for the past 4 days here. Like, I don't know. I think my patients myself think I have some kind of a weird, like, palsy. I don't know. Whatever. Double cleansing in the evening. Yeah. So
Oh,
my,
yes.
yeah. Go
That's the
ahead.
other thing. Okay, so I want to expand on this question because I notice that this happens a lot with people asking. They say, well, don't you have to wash the oil off when you wash with a balm or an oil? And it's like, no, just leave it there.
Leave it there. Just leave it there, because, but like, over cleansing causes lots of, I think, problems for skin anyway. So if you're
You're
cleansing twice,
blocking your mic.
oh shit, sorry. Over cleansing, is that better? Oh, see, I'm holding my phone. That's the problem. Over cleansing causes lots of problems. Can cause problems for people. So I would just say stick with one cleanser and learn to like that kind of non-squeaky clean feel to your skin. So,
Yeah.
but like Kenzie's saying, I feel super greasy in the morning, so I have to cleanse. Yeah, and that's fine. If you feel super greasy in the morning, go for it. That's not impossible. to feel.
Kenzie, I'm oily, like really grotesque oily T-zone, and I have dry skin here. Try just taking a damp cloth and just wiping the areas that feel excess, and then definitely apply moisturizer. Try that for like a week, 2 weeks, and I think you're gonna notice a nice difference.
Yeah, so Summer's saying, she's shiny and has sweat on the face in the morning. Do you wash it off before going out? Well, if you feel more comfortable like that, then go for it. I don't think there's really a wrong answer. Well, I mean, I think there's always a wrong answer. But I think, sorry, but I think with this, it's about how you feel. Like, I don't want you going out feeling all
Feeling
gross.
gross.
Yeah, because you think it's better for your skin not to cleanse in the morning. If you feel gross, then that's not good. So you want to leave the house
Yeah.
feeling confident. So if that makes you feel better, then that's cool. I mean, in the long run, it's not going to be a massive problem. So
Yeah, and the only reason why I'm saying this to these people is because I know that you told me, try not washing your face in the morning. I was like, what the fuck, are you crazy? My hair. So what I've been doing, because I have to wash my hair every day, especially with the Vaseline and the tretinoin, it just makes this gross. So I wash my hair. Yeah, no, I don't. Well, let me answer that. I'm gonna answer that with what I'm saying right now, Kenzie. So I wash my hair in the morning. When I dry my hair, I dry this area with the damp towel, wipe this down, and then I apply, depending on the humidity level, a moisturizer, a very thick cream, not even a moisturizer, or my Vaseline. So yeah, there are days where I will apply my Vaseline again in the morning, and I'm applying it at night. So I don't know if that helps you guys, because I'm very dry here.
yeah, I mean, I do that too sometimes. I tend to I have kind of normal skin that sometimes gets a little dry from tretinoin. Someone asked above, can you use an oil cleanser if you have acne prone skin? You absolutely can. So that should be absolutely, that's fine. Yeah, totally. Do you recommend the QV ointment over CeraVe? They're very different, okay? So QV ointment and CeraVe are totally different products. CeraVe is a cream. QV ointment is an ointment, but it doesn't have to be QV ointment. It can be any ointment, so Aquaphor, any other ointment that you like. It doesn't have to be that brand specifically. But no, I mean, they're very different. So they do different things. Like, for example, CeraVe cream, people like it more in the morning because it's less greasy, like what you're talking about. And then QV ointment at night, or any ointment. Like I use but I'm happy to use a greasy thing in the morning too. I just do a thinner layer of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very dry here where I am now. And that's partially because I'm in such strong air conditioning all day long. So yeah, so I'm also putting something more greasy on my face in the morning. Oh, they took Aquaphor out of the market in Italy. You
I
know
can
why?
understand that.
But you know why that is? Because they also don't sell QV ointment in Dubai, but they sell QV cream and QV cleanser and all this other stuff. And I'm almost certain that's because there's no market for it. Because, like, for example, Aquaphor, no one uses these products. Like Aquaphor, ointments. People don't like to use them as moisturizers, which is a shame because they're like such good
Yeah,
moisturizers. But
yeah,
then if you don't use them, then or if no one buys it Aquaphor in Italy, then they're not going to sell it anymore. So that's why.
yeah.
And
And I think the
yeah,
previous person who was asking about the QV ointment, I think they were asking about the CeraVe healing ointment. Um, and
oh,
like
it's not
you
the
were saying,
same.
yeah, yeah, because they do have one, but I'll be honest, if I know she won't say, but if I had a choice, I would rather use the QV, but we don't have that in the US.
I'll have to send you some. And yes, I am in Dubai actually. Someone just asked me that. I
Yeah.
am. I am. That's why I have air conditioning that's on like full blast. Um, but
Prescribe?
let me
What
see.
does that
Would you
say?
still put the ointment in the AM if you're wearing makeup? Yeah, so I wear makeup and I put the ointment on in a very thin layer and I leave it on. I have breakfast. I fiddle around and then I put my makeup on. And I like the feel of that. And I like my face to be a bit dewy. I don't want my face to look very kind of matte, but that's just because I think it looks healthier. And like I think skin should be a bit dewy and kind of glowy, but not oily. But I can tell the difference. You see, that's the thing. A lot of people don't see the difference. But there you go. Do I need to
Yeah.
cleanse after using Dermal 500? Um, Dermal 500 soap substitute on your face is a cleanser. So Kaz Turner 1530. So you don't need to cleanse again if you've used Dermal 500 as a cleanser. Does that make sense? Because it is a cleanser. So I use Dermal 500 as a soap substitute for washing my hands. So especially if I'm like doing stuff, medical stuff. So no, you don't have to. And Free Derm face wash is the same thing as Dermal 500 apparently. From my opinion.
And
Now I
and
can't. Oh,
What is
it's
it?
super good.
Andrea Mocha. First ingredient in CeraVe ointment is water,
Yeah,
which is
it's not a
why,
true ointment.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's not. And I've made up that definition, by the way. So I've made up the definition of ointment as being something without water. So, and people always criticize me for inventing definitions, but like otherwise, there's no terminology. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yep.
don't
And
criticize
I'm
me for
looking at
inventing definitions. I can invent and
aqua.
say what I want to say. Sorry, Kat.
No, you're fine. I'm just trying to see if there's water in Aquaphor. But in all reality, that's why I use Vaseline because there's no water. And I'm going to tell you right now, except for the tretinoin, my fucking face isn't dry anymore.
Yeah, totally.
And
So
even with the tretinoin, my face is dry like that much compared to what it was before.
yeah. Can Vaseline act as a barrier for eczema-prone skin before hitting the swimming pool? Absolutely, yes. That's a great barrier for swimming pool stuff. Does QV produce product for face? Yeah, all their products can be used on face. To be honest, and I'm going to get in trouble for this, all skincare products can be used on the face, even if they're not, if they don't say for face on the bottle. So like,
So I can use this on the face?
I can't even see it's upside down. Oh,
It's
Vanny
Vanity
Cream.
Cream sensitive light lotion for eczema prone skin.
Yeah, of course you can. So you can use it on your face. You can use anything. It's all the same thing.
I thought.
There's no difference between body and face creams. You can just use them all in the same. It doesn't matter. Can you use Dermal 500 on your face? Yeah, I often, not as a moisturizer, but as a facial cleanser. So it's a great cleanser for the face. I've used it as a facial cleanser too.
I don't even know what that is.
So SPF over ointment. Yeah, sure, SPF over ointment. But again, it might be a little bit greasy. You might not like that. Doctor, do you know what kind of tretinoin you can find in Poland? Oh no, you should be able to find normal tretinoin. I can't give you any more info than that. Chemical SPF over ointment. Sure, as long as you don't think it's too greasy and it doesn't feel gross.
I
Totally.
always find I'm feeling gross. I need someone to send me good SPF that's not from America.
Okay, so I got so I'm doing a live with okay, I'll ask that in a second. With I'll take you to my bathroom. I'm doing a live on Thursday with it's not a live actually. We're just doing some videos with a lady who lives in Dubai. There we go. It's nice and dark. Her name is I'm such a name blank right now because it's a long day for me. She's very cool. You'll see it on Thursday. She's an Indian woman who lives in Dubai. She's like very fabulous. And she sent me a sunscreen to try because she wants to talk about it on Thursday. When she's coming to
Oh,
my clinic,
good.
yeah, in here to talk. So she sent me this one. She said it's amazing. It's from Esthaderm,
Oh,
100% mineral screen protective care. Do you have this in the States?
we have it, but it's like 30 some dollars, and I'm not paying that kind of money.
Okay, because I mean, I haven't even opened it, but I will open it if she's watching this. Oh my God, yes, she sent me yeah, I will open this and try it. The thing is, I'm very as you know, I don't really care what I use. Another patient brought me one this week to try. No, I'm not promoting it. I'm
She's
not promoting
testing
it.
it. She's
I'm
testing it.
testing it. I'm
Yeah.
not promoting it. Oh my God.
Yeah, no.
So no, I haven't even used this, but I got it to try. So this is apparently, but it's expensive, is it? I don't even know. Yeah, it's fine. I got a patient brought one today or the other day, which I tried them on my hand when people bring them and say, "Oh, do you like this one?" I'm like, I don't know. Let's try it. And it was from Uriage. Uriage. You know, it's really inexpensive, and it's 100% mineral. Uriage. Uriage. Uriage.
Huh, never heard of it.
Huda,
No.
I am not promoting anything. I'm so sorry. But people ask me to try things and they ask me for my opinion and I'll try anything, like whatever. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'll
it's
try
gonna be
anything
fine.
too.
I'll try anything. I'm
But
sure
I'll
it's
be
gonna be
honest.
yeah, I'm like, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, Yuri, I think it's a French brand, but you can buy it on Amazon and that was quite a good one. It was 100% mineral. The ingredients look pretty decent. It was an SPF 50 plus, I think. And it's like 86 dirham in the UK, in Dubai. So Uriage. And she really liked that one, the patient, and it felt nice to use. So that was a good one, and that's inexpensive. And then
Well,
let me
what
think.
we have here, I think, is crap like Goop and all that, and they're all expensive. And it's like, God, I'm just not doing it.
Don't worry, Huda. I will not be promoting anything. Yeah, they have. So that was interesting because Oh, here we go. Dr. Natalia, I see a lot of people saying that you shouldn't use moisturizer over micronized tretinoin as it disrupts the microspheres. Huh. I have not heard that myself. Like, I've not come across that in any papers or anything. I can check it, but I've again not come across that. So I don't think it sounds a little bit hocus pocusy to me. So
Yeah.
it doesn't sound totally legitimate, but I don't think there's an issue with that, to be honest. You can put moisturizer over your tretinoin, it should be fine. Um, but no, because I mean, I've been put under a lot of pressure recently to come up with sunscreens. Everyone asks me all the time, you know, what sunscreens do you recommend? And patients hate it when I say, oh, whichever one you like.
I
Yeah.
can't find any that I like because I think it's mainly because of my eczema skin.
You
It
think
just
it's all too drying?
it irritates the fuck out of my skin. It just burns and itches. Try Korean Japanese sunscreens. Huh.
So, dear something Thornton. Oh my gosh, I can't read. Would you often use lipocycline? I do sometimes, but not often because most of the patients who come and see me have already been on lipocycline. So by the time they see me, they want something like more effective. I find some mineral physical sunscreens drying or too matte. Can you recommend any that are hydrating, glowing? Oh my god.
Should we like just tell them to talk to Emma since Emma like knows all of
Yeah,
this? Emma's like the
Emma knows
queen.
all of sunscreen. So ask at Emma Harrington at Emma.Harrington UK which sunscreen she'd recommend that isn't drying because I never know. What are your thoughts on the newer SPF filters like Tanasorb SM? Aren't they better than zinc oxide? Um, I don't I I don't know if they're better than zinc
Know what that
oxide.
is.
I yeah I don't have a huge amount of opinion on this, so I'm really sorry. I still in the end, I don't really care what kind of sunscreen people use as long as they use enough of it and it's the right SPF. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so not helpful with this sunscreen. Ask me something else, but not recommend a brand or a product. Ask
Yeah,
me
yeah,
anything else.
that's what I actually said to them in the stories. I'm like, don't ask about brands because she's not a brand advocate.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, if,
I mean, because then thing is, I start talking about one or two products I maybe use myself or I like, and then everyone thinks that that's it, and that's the only thing and that's the only thing I can use. I'm like, no, 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 I don't care what ointment you use. You use whatever you like. It doesn't have to be this one. So yeah. Anyway, sorry.
and I'm glad that's whoever. Oh, Lucy, altruist. I know that the only thing I've ever heard Dr. Natalia say is she likes the price point of altruist. So people look at that because I can't even afford that one. That it'll cost me $20 to ship
Ship
to
it,
the
yeah.
US.
So yeah, if you're in the UK, Altruist is a really good. It's like 4 quid for 200 mil. I mean, that is so cheap. It's like
I'll
unreal.
pay that.
Yeah, it's so cheap. But yeah, there's all these Neostrata sheer physical protection. That's quite a nice one. That's a little bit pricey. Ultimate, a lot of my patients like that. Anthelios, I have lots of patients who like that. Like it's just whatever you like. And I know that that's not the answer you want. And I'm really, really sorry. But it's just like, I'm not gonna, thing is also, and I was saying this to someone this week, I was like, if I recommend a moisturizer that's like 30 pounds, like for example, let's say I tell everyone, let's say QV ointment costs 150 pounds a pot. Okay. Like that would be so undemocratic if I recommended a moisturizer that was so expensive. That would be like wrong of me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would never, because then it would basically be like, oh, well, that's just too expensive. Like, now what am I going to do? Do I have to buy that or otherwise I'm going to have bad skin? No, of course not. You can use any moisturizer. Sorry. I
Yeah.
have so many issues with this. Like, you guys put me under so much pressure.
I know, right?
Too
There's
much
who was
pressure.
it? Somebody just said, what causes the red under skin spidery lines? This is from Real Sisha 86. What causes the red under skin spidery lines? Is it because of blood vessels bursting? I notice it happens more after sun as I'm getting older.
Yeah, so totally correct. As you get older, due to sun and stuff, those are actually dilated capillaries in the skin. What causes them exactly is not totally known. It's not necessarily because the skin is thinning or whatever, but it's almost certainly due to your dilating of the capillaries in the skin. Now, I've really studied this to understand what's really happening in the skin to cause these in order to try to prevent them, but no one really knows why. So, yeah, sorry, I can't really answer them. But I am investigating some techniques for treating them. So
Oh, let me know because I have them on my eyelids and I want them to go away. And I have a lot of spidery veins here, so yeah.
yeah, so one thing I've looked at and I've done some research into is using Botox to treat them. Not
Really?
cosmetic. Yeah, yeah.
Not like this.
So not like this, but injecting Botox, and there's some interesting work coming about that, and using Botox to stop flushing and redness of the cheeks, for example. So that's quite interesting. And
And I
then the
really
other,
don't even care about the flushing of the cheeks. I just noticed that it goes this way. And they're all like, you can see them spidery, all spidery. It's gross.
yeah. So don't
Someone
try
just
that at home,
asked
people. Yeah, sorry, go
if
ahead.
you should post, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Um, Someone asked if they should put SPF in their hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm, no, no, you should
I
not.
think if you're bald, yes. If you
Well,
have
that's
a
not hair.
really, yeah, that's not hair. If you have like a number two haircut and your scalp is showing, okay, fine, I could probably see that, but that'd still be gross. I wouldn't do it.
Oh my God, it's Nats Nicole's. That's what's happened to your mouth. That you go to the dentist. No, I didn't go to the dentist. Oh, this is so.
No, she was injecting herself and she hit the wrong spot.
Yeah, I just injected my own Botox badly. So do not try this at home. Um, yeah, sorry. Oh my God, yeah, that's embarrassing. Is it true that prolonged use of petroleum to dehydrate your skin? No, that's not true. It's just okay, right. So there's a difference between hydration and oil production. So, and there's two different kinds of oil in the skin. Well, there's lots of different kinds of oil, but let's just be very simple here. So there's oil that comes from the sebaceous glands, and there's oil that is sitting between the cells of the skin that makes up the barrier. So there's two kinds of, like, let's just say there's two types of oil. They're different and they're not related. So the reduction of the oil in between the cells does not impact the oil that's coming from the sebaceous gland. The one that's coming from the sebaceous gland that sits in your surface oil is hormonally controlled, right? And the one that's sitting, the oil that sits in the lipid layer between the stratum corneum to make your barrier, totally different. So the two things are totally different. They're not related. Well, not really related in a simplistic way. Does that make sense? So and then your hydration is improved by using an occlusive emollient like petroleum, like Vaseline. And that is totally different from the oil in the sebaceous glands versus the oil that's sitting between the cells. Does that make sense? So there's all these different things that are unrelated that people connect as being related. If you get what I mean. Yeah.
And conspiracy theories are created.
Conspiracy theories. So, like, for example, the idea that if you use an occlusive emollient like Vaseline, you are shutting off your skin's natural oil production. It's just, there's so many levels of nonsense in that statement. I wouldn't even know where to start to unpick that. But it's just a fundamental lack of understanding in the way skin functions that would make someone say that. Do you know what I mean? So that
Yeah.
idea has been propagated from just like this very superficial idea that, well, Vaseline causes, I don't know, occlusion, so it shuts off natural oil, but it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, that,
No.
but I see that happen a lot. So you go from A to B to C to Z to Z. Do you know what I mean? Without
Yeah.
going in between, and it just has no foundation in actual principles. So it just comes from nonsense. So
Yeah.
but these myths are simple to say, because it's very simple to say, yes, well, don't put too much of an occlusive emollient on because you're going to shut off your skin's natural oil production. It sounds really good, and it sounds plausible because you think, oh yes, that sounds totally, you're going to shut off your skin. It makes no sense at all. So if
No,
you really,
and this is probably a little different, but it's almost like saying if you stop drinking water, your body will start creating its own water.
yeah, yes, or if you drink too much water, your body will, I don't know, stop making, I don't know, that's, yeah, it's a weird one,
Yeah,
but
yeah, it just doesn't,
similar
yeah, that
idea.
doesn't really make sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
if
doesn't make sense.
anything, I found that it's working. So this person, right? Wait, is this the same? No, this is a different person. But you have the same almost image. My skin type is combination acne prone. My treatment is drying me out. Do I use a hydrating cleanser as my skin is now? Now I don't know if you were here from the beginning, but we kind of did answer this already. But she can do it real fast because there's somebody else was asking about the capillary treatments again.
Yeah, so I would just basically everyone use
Actually,
this.
we have 25 seconds.
Oh shit! Everyone in my world uses the same thing: oil cleanser, ointment, and story. Vaseline white bottle moisturizer, nice big bottle for 2 quid, nice on the face. Yes, thank you, Chris. Yes, we will have to talk about telangiectasia another time when my face isn't moving funny, and I will make a video. It was lovely to see you, Kat. I'm gonna go to sleep now because it's late
Yes,
here on this side of the
yes,
world. Yes, totally
sleep.
phone.